Welcome to our video. We're going to demonstrate how we wire up one of our heavy-duty target retrieving systems. The first thing we want to do is make sure we get all of our components lined up. This will be where we stand. This is our front gear. Our arrow is facing towards the back. Then we have our front truck with the arrow facing that. Then we have our back truck, arrow still lined up, and then our back end gear with its arrow lined up. So all of our arrows are lined up facing back to where we will be shooting from. So then what we do is we take our spool of wire and we feed it into our first truck. What we want to do is put just a slight little bend in the end of the wire so that it will feed up inside the truck. So we do that, we stick it in and we start to feed it until it comes out the top. Now we just want to basically keep that right about there, and we want to tighten that up. So that's right there is where we would tighten down on our wire. Now we want to go till it won't go no more. We're going to have that little insert screw in there, bottom out, and flatten that wire to the back of the truck. And you'll feel it snug up. And then we just give it a slight little tug and we see that it won't come. We still have our wire just barely protruding there. So then what we're going to do is with our arrow, we're going to load this into our rails. What this is going to do then is come up here, and I'm going to put a little metal clip here to stop the truck right there. I want to stop it right there. Then I feed it into our little wheel back here, and then we start walking up to the other end of the rail. Now once we get up around in there, we're going to feed it, we're going to put a little bitty bend into the other end. We're going to have to cut it off the spool. What we're going to do is cut it. We've already measured, we've got twice the length of our rail. Now we just want to make sure we have plenty of slack. I would recommend a couple feet. We can always take another inch off, but once it gets too short, it's too short. So we always want to have plenty of room. So then I get up to here, I will feed this into my truck. There we go, now it's coming through. All right, now I got some slack through here, but I don't want to clip this yet because I haven't measured the ideal length. So we're feeding this in. We're going to make sure this wire is out. Now what I do is I take a little clip and clip it on this wire so that the wire is taut there, but it won't feed back through the hole and undo itself on us. So now we get our wire, now we've basically got our complete loop. As you can see, the wire starts at the front truck, goes through, around everything, it's going up the back side, it's going to loop around, and then it's coming back into this truck. So this is in effect an open loop. Now we just want to watch our guide wires a little bit while we slide on our end component. Okay, now once we put our front end gear on, we verify our loop is still good, and then we start with our lower wheel because we're double looping and we have to wrap up, and we can't start here and wrap down. So we start over here, this is the wire coming through, we feed it through our little wheel here, then it goes around the base of the wheel, and we're wrapping up, then it goes up, it's coming around, and then it's going to slip through there. Now we have our wire looped. What we need to do is still cut it to the right length. Okay, then we get our trucks, we pull our trucks till we get them lined up so they're about a half an inch to an inch. And then this one's secure on that. So I'm watching this right here, setting this up, putting just a little taunt into this, and then I'm going to tighten it down. Till it's completely tight. Then I'm going to take my little plug out here, take that one off. What I want to do is just hold my trucks. Now see, they married together, so I lost my inch. But that's the minimum, and then our maximum we can go out to about there. Ideally, I want a little more gap though, so I'm going to loosen this just slightly so I can pull my wire through a little bit more. And I'm going to try and get that gap just perfect. So I pull that through there. Now I'm going to be right there. That's perfect. I put the last couple turns back into it. Now put them together. Look at that. Now right now there's a little scraping sound because this is upside down and the wheels are down. So we're not riding on the underside of the rail like we will be in actual usage. So now once we get that done, now we're able to cut our wire. So you get a little snip right there. One last double check, looks good. Now we take our carrier bar and we line that up. And we want to stay with the carrier bar just to the outsides of our trucks. So then we'll feed our screws in. And we put our little rubber washers on, help keep from scraping us all up. Now what we will do is we're going to tighten one truck down first. And that really doesn't matter. But we get one tight where we want our bar. There. Now the other truck, we're just keep moving. It's moving, flowing freely. So then I'm just gonna hold it in place. No extra real pressure. We're not trying to make this overly snug. I just want it finger tight. Bingo. Now, flowing smoothly, our wires aren't crossed. We can tell that they're doing our outer loop like they're supposed to. So now we can start to put our system together. Then we would go back to our back piece, and these little bolts will slip outside side of our metal here. We might have to loosen them just slightly. Loosen both. They'll fit to the outside of that, and then this guy keys on the back and then just pops down, and then we tighten the back first. Just has to be snug. We're not trying to over tighten. Just snug. Snug, there we go. Then we come over to our front gear. Everything looks good. It's inside the holes. See, there's it's taut, but not overly tight. Flowing smoothly. We can see how our wire is actually wrapping around. Looking good. And then what we do is we just close it up. And then we have our screws.